All right. So today I want to talk about a lot of shit, actually. Like fucking so many things that we gotta talk about. But first of all, and as professor, just this morning, it's 7 a.m. in here in China right now. Sent me a bunch of links to like videos and stuff about like Chinese education and Noam Chomsky doing a lecture on education as well. I didn't watch that one, but I want to say like I have something to say about this education and the fundamental principle that lies behind it. So I made a Chinese friend recently. It's not a friend. I cannot call him a friend, but he's like an acquaintance, right? An acquaintance.
So he's still like he's also like bank, like in that category, right?
Yeah, I mean this is I don't know that we could ever be friends or something. It's like there's so much difference. Like, and I gotta explain that let everybody know about it. So as we were talking, right, a guy he had to pass an English exam, like Chinese English exam, and his listening, he said, it's not that good. And speaking, of course, and he's just like, yo, and I, was like, yo, man, I can help you with that. No problem. The first day, it's cool, man. So, we just got together like on Friday and we had a nice 2 hours long session of just talking, And I just realized the core principle, why it's connected with Professor's message today, is about the core principle of Chinese education system, and that is exams, right? 考试. And from one point, I saw this despair and tragic in all of it because people, they know just that, how to prepare for an exam, how to make it, how to nail it, and anything else don't matter. To me, it was such a revelation because I was just like, yo, life has so many colors in it, like you can do this, this, and that. But at the same time, I realized, like, hold on a second. He comes from a poor family and studies in Jidan University. So he has a chance to really change his life, because unlike in Russia, this system does work from Confucius time here in China. They can go for like a governmental position, be I don't know, gonna serve for his country, and which is fine, which is great. At least he can bring happiness and welfare to his family, and I would call it happy life. But at the same time, I was just like, yeah, they're not happy. Students are not happy here about it because it's such a pressure. They go, oh, we have a lot of pressure on us, man. We have a lot of pressure. And I can understand that. You have like 1.5 billion people. How are you going to provide non-pressure for every single one, For every single, for those who don't have this pressure, they're not in this university. So it calls back from this old topic about preparation for exam and my example of being preparing for a calculus class, and another guy didn't make it at all. And if you're gonna zoom out, right? If we can compare it, like, oh, maybe you can do this because you have some special skills or something. You just are more accustomed to this kind of education. But at the same time, dude, if you're gonna zoom it out, I'm gonna call back this example of stepping on the court, basketball court. If you step in, it means you're ready to play, right? So you step into Chinese education. So it means you're ready. Yeah. You prepared for every single punch.
That's right.
And I was just like, if you cannot cope with this shit, you're out. Studying for free. I have to say, China is paying for shit. Mm-hmm. That's the whole difference, And you say you cannot cope with it. A simple, for foreigner, Chinese calculus. For a foreign class, no Chinese students there, only foreign, students. That's it. And I was just like, yo, that's right. And maybe We gotta look at this from like this perspective, from examinatory perspective. And I like this mindset because I test myself this every single morning. Fuck, hold on. I wake up, I take this fucking cold shower, and every time I open the faucet, it's like, all right, test yourself. And surprisingly, it hits you like you every time, you know? Like, you just,
But man, everybody's gonna say, "Oh, cold shower," but it's Russian. You know, it's normal.
gotta go, no, man. It's, yeah, like
Bullshit.
Russian, man. Yeah. It's like, yo, IQ or like race, the same shit, you know? Russian, American, Chinese, same shit. You like cold water is cold water for every single one, you know? Yeah. So my point, I just want to finish it, right? I start to view this life as an examination every single time, you know? If you don't make out with a girl, you failed, you know? Why you failed? And then you gotta do a reflection on it. You cannot just stop and sit and think about it. And professor was pointing like, oh, we gotta gain some philosophical knowledge, you know? And I was just a philosophical point of view, you know? You have to like disattach from it and look from a broader perspective. And to me, it's like, yo, dude. And he had like 2 days ago, I destroyed this guy on the point of like, so it's a long story short, man. So he made some decorations adorned like his laboratory, right? But then after he left, those indigenous people destroyed the whole environment, you know? And he got pissed off about it and been complaining for like 2 or 3 days, you know, but in different styles, of course. And then I just realized, hold on, dude. Yo, that's your problem, you know. It's your ego. I started this point from like, you know, I started to think for myself, yo, man, nobody asked you for this shit. Like, and more importantly, you did what you had to do. You finished. You can put it into your CV. You can create a whole website. You know, you got new experience. Nobody asked for this aesthetic part, and that's ego. And then I said, like, all right, yeah, philosophical point of view, and I gave my sentence, you know, my argument. We can contemplate flowers. We can talk about all kinds of flowers, you know, like yellow, red, roses, all stuff. But as soon as you're how do you call a thing that like a flower? You put it into a thing,
A pot.
like a pot. Yeah. When somebody destroys your pots, then you gotta get upset and you know get your face ready. The same exact concept applies to here. You know, there is nothing to really. I would put like I want to create a verb out of philosophy. To philosophy, there is no
Philosophize.
Philosophize. There's nothing to philosophize about it, you know, because you gotta be ready. You know, it's your examination. 1.5 billion people, they gotta be ready, and I gotta be ready too, because they wake up. I had a workout in the rain, and those people I saw Chinese going to the like, you know, like running court, you know, like playground, all in rain constantly, you know, crowds of people going, and I'm being like pushing the weight outside. So I was like, that's an examination, you know, and more importantly, I'm not alone here, you know. I've been seeing like fucking hundreds of people back and forth, and that's an examination. So overall I understand what his point is all about. It's like about, pressure. People cannot cope with it. But at the same time, I can see benefits from it. I can see people getting rich, you know, and in a good manner. And me learning from them, like, all right, I gotta be stronger now, you know. And it's not even about like pulling up, you know, someone. Yes, you got to this level, you gotta pull somebody's. No, it's like, before the exam. You know, before the exam, you can do it. When it's exam time, no, you're by yourself. And this is very true, you know. And that's not why that was like a fundamental change in my understanding of Chinese people. and of this non-religious, I would say non-Christian point of view is that yeah, you gotta be even in this such a big organism, like a big group of people, that are all acting individually, and their individuality is just covered by this stigma of having like, all right, yeah, people, yeah, they're
Yeah,
Chinese, they're the
yeah,
same.
yeah. Well, you know what they call that, right? In the, I mean,